When Mickey Mouse's woke boss tells you that you need to tone down the anti-Trump rhetoric, you've crossed the line of absolute unhingery. I mean, The View, if you've seen it, you likely wish you never had. If you know it, you likely wish you never did. But The View, or more specifically, the Wicked Witches on The View, have been, well, they have been warned that if they continue with the anti-Trump rhetoric, that there will be consequences. Now, I honestly don't know what The View is without DJT. I don't know what they are without Trump. To be honest with you, for the last 6 to 8 years, I don't think they've had anything else, especially in the last maybe 2 or 3, right? I don't remember them talking about anything of any significance or interest that did not have to do with some sort of propaganda around Trump. So the fact that Bob Iger is coming out to tell them that they can no longer spew this rhetoric means that he is likely ready to
have it. I got the Constitution right here. You're not supposed to have the plane, okay?
Yes, I feel a time when I talk about The View. If you notice, I hardly report about them. There is something more concerning. I want you to see, before we even go into that, according to the Daily Mail, The View host out in the cool after she had nerves to scold ABC boss who want them to stop anti-Trump rant. There was one person on this show. She says she will not listen, that she will continue to do that. For some time now, if you watch this show, you will realize they spend their entire life Trump, 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 Trump. It's like if Trump is not there, this show will not exist. Nobody will watch the show. Look at their ratings. I don't even want to talk about that. It is important. We look into it. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please never should do that. And if possible, it will do you no harm if you share this video.
We all know that that's BS, okay? No. He's not giving that to his presidential library. He's going to take it, he's going to fly and use it. But he's not supposed to have it. I got the Constitution right here. You're not supposed to have the plane, okay? You know, and if people always want us to be respectful and do the things and talk about the stuff we talk about. We can do all of that. But when you are blatantly giving the country the middle finger, that is blatant. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to take the plane.
Don't you think when he lets these white Africans in and claims that's giving the middle finger to the black community? My God.
Listen, no, I don't. No, let me tell you why.
Why?
I don't think so, because that finger has never gone down.
Okay, fine. Let's say it's gone higher.
I think that there are refugees who are far more in need, and those are the people that are being disrespected.
Yeah, there's so much we need in this country. Not so much the plane, you know. Kids are starving. People are starving. People are about to lose stuff.
Cutting half the government with no checks and balances.
People are losing their jobs. It's very hard to watch.
People should see the truth now. You know, the fact is that he's bringing white people in here against the better judgment about all of the non-white people who need it. We see that he violates the emoluments clause. He does whatever he wants. He gets this. I think he thinks he's the king. As somebody said yesterday, you did. The founding fathers did exactly that book to prevent exactly what he's doing right now.
But if I can just say, the average American is not talking about the Qatari jet, and that's how he's able to get away with these. They're talking about their ability to make ends meet. The cost of
the prices are going up.
But that's what he's
They're talking about the plane because they're going, well, why are you getting to take this plane and you snatch my job away?
Well, and the number one concern with the border, which was immigration, and what he won on was this whole idea of national security, keeping track of it. And so now you take a plane from the Qatar, of all people.
Yes, these people will never change. There is something more concerning about this lady. Anna did not listen after the boss sent out this warning. This is what she had to say. Anna Navarro faces being given a cold soda by her co-star on The View after she had the nerve to challenge her upper powerful boss, complaining that the show constant morning about Trump is boring. Very true, it is boring. Bob, CEO of ABC parent company Disney, asked the panel show to tone down the politics in recent weeks after finding viewers responded better to frontier show business segment. The Daily Beast reported Navarro is then said to have taken it upon herself to push back against one of the most powerful figures in media by insisting that viewers enjoy being safe and daily dose of resistance style ranting about Trump. They think it's a good idea. Why are their ratings still like this every day?
Thanks for taking my question. Sure. The president showed a video that he said showed more than 1,000 burial sites of white South Africans, and he said, we know that was not true and that the video wasn't showing that. So I wonder, why did the president choose to show that? What's not true, Yamiche? It's not true that the video was showing a burial site. It is unsubstantiated that that's the case.
No, it is true that video showed the crosses that represent...
Which is what the president claimed.
The video showed images of crosses in South Africa about white farmers who have been killed and politically persecuted because of the color of their skin. And those crosses are representing their lives. Those crosses are representing their lives in the fact that they are now dead and their government did nothing about it. Are you disputing that there's no...
The fact that the video showed what the president claimed it showed, because it did not show that. But even more, what I'm asking you is who at the White House...
No, it did show that. It showed white crosses representing people who have perished because of racial persecution.
Verifies the videos that the president shows, and what protocols are in place when there's unsubstantiated information being put out for the world and world leaders to show?
Yamiche, what's unsubstantiated about the video? The video shows crosses that represent the bodies of people who were racially persecuted by their government. In fact, the Associated Press, of all places, has a picture of that very monument, and the caption from the Associated Press is, "Each cross marks a white farmer who has been in a farm murder." So it is substantiated, not just by that video and the physical evidence that everybody saw on display in the Oval Office, but also by another outlet in this room, the Associated Press. So you should take it up with them if you believe the claim is unsubstantiated.
I reported on this. The View, Whoopi Goldberg said something that triggered a lot of people on social media. She reacted to this segment by saying the president is spreading fake info, fake pictures about this whole situation. Like I said, there is nothing that will actually make these people to stop because they are used to with this. Calling Trump name is the only thing they know. They cannot sit down and have real discussions on issues happening. They can't have that. No political discourse. So I don't understand why they are still on air.
You to know what's happening in our world. So, South African President Ramaphosa paid a visit to the White House yesterday, which turned into a surprise presentation on conspiracy theories of a white jet. So between ambushing Zelensky and this, why would world leaders continue to come to the White House?
Okay, well, first of all, this is the problem with getting all your information from Laura Loomer and Elon Musk. Yeah. Because this is what they're going to deal you, and it was false conspiracy theory. One, the fact that the president of South Africa was trying to share was that data collected by white farmers themselves.
There's a lot of outrage over the release of the new book called Original Sin.
You can't make this shit up.
Prosecutor, and at the time, I said I
think that I want to move on from why the Democratic Party lost, and I want to hear from the Democratic Party about how we are going to take our country back and how what they are going to do to combat fascism and what they're going to do to stop the Medicaid cuts that are going on, to stop giving tax cuts to billionaires, to stop taking federal workers' pensions away, to stop taking federal jobs away, to stop taking education away, to stop attacking our institutions, to stopping, why is this Trump administration stopping medical research, cancer? I want to talk about why this administration is giving refugee status to South African white Afrikaners as opposed to Afghans and Ukrainians and people of color.
When I watch these people, sometimes I really wonder, look at what she's saying. She has suddenly forgotten that these people don't have the house In fact, Republicans have everything. They have the presidency. So how can they use to fight this? I don't get it. The real issues are there. They can't face it.
But everyone was afraid to say, except for David Axelrod, for 2 years, that something was wrong here. And so, I was shocked. I love Joe Biden. I don't like him. I love him. I got a chance to work with him when I was a part of the Obama administration and loved him more every day. I was shocked to see his condition when he came out, and so was the world. And that wasn't the first time he was in that condition. The book makes it very, very clear. There are people who knew and said nothing. And that is a crime against this republic. And I think the Democrats are going to pay for a long time for being a part of what is now being revealed to be a massive cover-up.
I believe you've seen Sonny Austin's reactions when Alisa said they anointed Kamala Harris without following the due process and don't stop to support me.
I'm horrified. And we're back to our daily segment.
If you're having some issues in your marriage
and actually found a way to bitch and moan about how hard it is to live in the White House.
When you walk through a storm, keep your head held high.
Big debate going on. Think of Donald Trump's post this morning alleging that since I said I hate Taylor Swift, will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial. Require Carmelo to run. He had 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Killmonger.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does every year. This Carmelo Anthony case.
Live in the White House. Many people
like a little unhinged drunk.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
Is this Instagram?
Right now, Sean Diddy Combs is